furiously. With a shrieking crack, something broke.
Edward is a blue mixed-traffic tender engine who lives and works on the island of Sodor and is the North Western Railway's number 2 engine. He runs his own branch line with Bow Co., which travels from Wellsworth to Brendam and is one of the oldest engines on Sodor and is occasionally made fun of for his age. When Edward first arrived on Sodor, the Fat Controller was a young man, and he would bring him on a journey on his favourite carriage called the open-topped carriage. He was one of the oldest standard gauge engines to be on Sodor. Edward has a penchant for telling spooky stories on Halloween that the other engines enjoy. In the 5th series episode Haunted Henry, Edward told Henry that whenever an owl hoots, mist rolls in, and when the mist is about, there is a ghost about. Edward is very kind-hearted, mature, wise and keen to help a friend in need. The small engines trust him to lend a listening ear and sympathetic advice. He is a hard worker too, and always does his best to finish a job. Like in the Railway series, Edward is based on a heavily modified Sharp, Stewart and Company larger Seagull K2 class. This type of engine was built in 2 batches, the first of 6 in 1896, with 2 extra members of the class being built later in 1900. All 8 of the locomotives survived into the 1923 grouping and lasted through to the late 1920s and early 1930s, performing secondary duties around Barrow-in-Furness. In real life, all of the K2s were scrapped, with none surviving into preservation, though an engine with a nearly identical shape is preserved at a museum in the Netherlands.